Hey, today I would like to show you what my favorite LUTs look like when applied to footage, just after the intro. What's up guys, Dan Frullani here and welcome back to another video. If it's the first time you see one of my videos, consider subscribing, and since you're there, just hit the like button. Okay, so we can jump immediately into the topic of today's video, which is just me answering one question I'm asked all the time. Do I use LUTs, L-U-T-S plural, to color grade my videos? If you regularly watch my videos, you already know the answer, because like months ago or so, I published a video where I show how I color grade my videos, and that involves also LUTs. By the way, what are LUTs? L-U-T-S for plural. It means lookup table. It's a file that basically modifies the range of colors of one video. To make it simple, it acts kind of like an Instagram filter, even though it's much more complicated than that, and it's widely used in the cinema industry. In this video, I would just like to give you a small sample of my favorite LUTs, what they look like in video once you apply them. And again, if you want to know a little bit more about how to apply a LUT to video with Premiere Pro or Resolve, make sure you watch my video where I talk a little bit about it. And I use Resolve, by the way. But now it's sample time. So these LUTs are my favorite ones, and they're part of a LUT pack made by Peter Mckinnon. So let's start with the first one you're seeing right now, and this is called Coda Killer. Of course, you can control the intensity or transparency and make some adjustments, but again, this video is not about color grading. If you want to see how I color grade my videos, check out the video I told you about earlier. And so this is Coda Killer. And I really think it gives a kind of like vintage / cinematic look to the footage. Now let's take a look at the second one, which is called Fade Out. Here it is. So this is it. This is fade out. But this is the way I made it. It's not like 100%. 100% will look weird. All LUTs, like any LUT, if you leave it, if you keep it 100% when you apply it, it just looks weird. I mean, there are exceptions, of course, but generally you have to lower the intensity or transparency. Now we're going to see another one, which is called Black Eye. and this is it. This is black eye. I mean, it's very particular. It darkened the footage a lot, but again, you don't have to use it at 100%. You can lower the intensity. Tell me what you think about it in the comments down below, and which one is your favorite LUT so far. And since you're there, hit the like button and subscribe. Anyway, we go on with another LUT, which is called Clean and Tidy. And this is it. And I guess this is exactly what it looks like, clean and tidy. I mean, in color grading, let's say there's no right and no wrong. There's no fixed rule, unless you're a professional and you don't want to exaggerate with the intensity of the color grading. You go heavy on the color grading, just gives you away that you're an amateur. So when you use these LUTs, try not to be too obvious. Moderation is the key. Don't exaggerate. But again, this might contradict what I just said like a couple of minutes ago. Like, there's no right and no wrong. Why? Because when you like it, it's fine. Well, it's kind of like a form of art. It's like if you make a painting and you choose the colors, the intensity of the shadows and the highlights and all the particular shades of colors and everything. So in the end, as long as you're happy with it, it's fine. But for professional works, moderation is the key. Let's go to see the next LUT, which is called Noir. Noir. And this is it. It gives a kind of like a feeling of a noir movie. It's very particular, very intense. And here you can't really play much with the intensity because when you lower it, it just recovers some color and it's not black and white anymore. So try to use it like 100%. I think this is one of the few LUTs that's supposed to be used at 100%. Now we go to see a different one. Also this one very particular, and it's called Arctic Circle. This LUT makes the video, the footage, like cold. It creates some icy atmosphere. Look at the highlights and look at the contrasts. So each one of these LUTs might be more suitable to, like, in a particular situation, like in the mountains, in the woods or something like that. But again, your own taste. And then we're going to see the last one, which happens to be the most popular. and I've been using it a lot until I switched to Color Killer, which is kind of like my favorite now. The last LUT, the one that everyone wants to use, and it's called that teal and orange though. As I said, I've been using it a lot, especially last year, and then I switched to Color Killer for most of my B-rolls. I think this teal and orange makes the footage look cinematic, but in a different way than the Color Killer does. Because while Color Killer looks more like vintage, this teal and orange, it looks like some Hollywood movies or a TV show. It reminds me of some particular TV shows like Supernatural or CSI, where there's so much like teal and orange. My default one, which is Color Killer, and let's wrap it up. These are my favorite LUTs. However, the one I always use 100% of my videos, like for my interview shot, like this kind of shot, Color Killer. And that's what I use like at 70% of the times, also for all my B-rolls. And then my second best is the teal and orange though, the teal and orange, and then all the others. And by the way, now that you've seen them all, which one is your favorite? Just let me know in the comments down below and let's talk about it. In order to be able to better color grade using LUTs, it is recommended to shoot using a flat picture profile, which allows you to retain more details in the highlights and in the shadows so that you have more flexibility in post. So if you don't have C-Log, you can select the neutral profile or download Technicolor CineStyle, which is what I'm using. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe if you ain't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. I always forget to mention, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and wherever. Let's keep in touch.